did this got started? What's the beginning point to this story?
Uh, I would I would be very I would be very weak, and I didn't know what was going on with my body. I was we can hardly get up and down sometimes, but I would just force myself. And then I went to the doctor, and they started taking my blood and tested it, and they told me that I had this MDS, and I didn't know what they was talking about at the time. I didn't know, and they started giving me infusions, and then they started giving me shots, and I had to go every week, and then I was cured from it.
Mm. So
And
what? So the symptoms that you were having initially was, you said, just feeling tired, fatigue.
yes,
And when you get there, they tell you that you have this condition, which is related to the bone marrow myelodysplastic syndrome.
yes,
And you continue to have symptoms, but the only thing was still just fatigue.
yes,
Wow.
yes,
All right. Well, that's a message for a lot of people,
yes. Mm-hmm.
that sometimes you may not be feeling systemically well, but the only thing that you can put your finger on is just tiredness. And that's exactly what Miss McGruder was experiencing. And where did this all take you after that? What happened next?
And I was cured from it, and then in 2008 I was having pains in my chest and my left breast. That's pain, rapid pain. Well, that's like lightning flash.
Mm,
And I called my doctor. She had me to come in, and then we did the breast exam. We
mm-hmm.
didn't find anything, so she said, "I'm gonna send you to get a emergency mammogram." And when I got the mammogram, they told me I had to wait. And then a doctor came in and talked to me and told me that they found something, and we was gonna do a biopsy. They were gonna do a biopsy, and they did a biopsy, and it came back that I had cancer.
And that's when you got diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes, and I was diagnosed in 2008. I had to take chemo and radiation, and I finished up my series in 2020. 09.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Now every year I get my mammogram. It's very important that you get your mammogram because a lot of things don't show up, but it be there sometimes and sometimes not. It's best to get your mammogram.
Hmm. So we know for a while you were getting it quite often. How often was that?
I was getting my mammogram every 6 months, and the last 2 years I've been getting it once a year.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people say it's uncomfortable. It's, because you go through the pressing of your breast tissues right there. But
It's uncomfortable. Bear with it. It's to help you. Bear with it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you getting those examinations before that?
Yes, I was getting it, but it had never showed up or anything. Everything could check out fine.
Hmm.
Yes.
Until one day.
Yes. One day I was having that pain.
Hmm.
And when I had that pain, I know something was going wrong. I really didn't know what was it, a heart attack or what, because I didn't. So when I called my doctor, she told me to come in the next morning, and I went in.
How would you describe that pain?
The pain was something like lightning would flash. It would just go through real fast. It started from under my arm to the center of my chest.
Hmm. Wow. Obviously, it's something that you never felt before.
Yes.
Hmm. And then you have the harsh reality that this is something that you need to take care of. But what happened after that?
After that, I went and I got the mammogram. Then they did the surgery. They did outpatient surgery. And when it healed from the surgery, I started taking chemo.
Mm-hmm.
I did the chemo. My hair came out. I did the chemo. I think it was I ain't for sure, but I think it was 6 weeks of chemo.
Mm-hmm.
And then from chemo to radiation.
Mm.
The chemo take your taste away.
Okay.
You can't taste anything with all the stuff that they put in your body. I didn't have no taste for foods.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. So your taste buds, was being attacked right there. And
yes, they was attacked.
You lost your hair.
Yes.
What are the complications?
And the color of my nails, they turned black.
Mm.
And other than that, I was good.
Obviously, your family took good care of you during that time.
Yes, they did. And I had a huge appetite. I got the weight on, but it was like it won't go nowhere.
Okay. Well, I do want to talk to you a little bit more about this because the reality of it's that mammograms are not just for ladies, but guys sometimes, if they feel something strange or different about their body, then again, we need to all be mindful. Yeah. And we'll be right back. We'll talk more about this when we come back. 106 Live Radio.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
A social distancing tip.
Putting distance between yourself and others is critical to slowing the spread of coronavirus. So here are ways to stay in contact without the physical contact part. Call, send a text, set up a video conference, post on social media, dedicate a song on the radio. If you have symptoms of fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider before going to their office. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
My mother was very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign and she wasn't even really sure where she was at.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Your vote, your voice. Voting is your chance to stand up and give voice to the issues you care most about. It is an opportunity to hold elected officials accountable for how they use your tax dollars and the decisions they make that affect your community and generations to come. Remember, your vote is your voice. This is a special announcement from 106 Live Radio and 106 Inspiration, encouraging you to cast your vote.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
Is that a faucet running?
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. For a limited time only, we are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
1, 2, 3, 4. 50,000 watts of pure radio magic.
This month, we celebrate the fighters, the conquerors, the strong, the brave, the beautiful women who wear pink every single day. Over 220,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer, and over 40,000 lose their lives to it every single year, losing mothers, daughters, sisters, and friends. But knowing it exists is half the battle. Tune in all month long as 106 Live Radio brings you tips on how to detect this horrible disease early. And to those warriors, we walk with you, we stand with you, we fight with you, and together we will beat breast cancer.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song. Prove I'm alright song. My power's turned on. Stop me right now. I'll be strong. I'll play my fight song. And I don't really care if nobody else believes. 'Cause I've still got a lot of fight left in me. There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. If you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. Ain't no stopping us now. I know. Ain't no stopping us now. We got to do. We got it. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe, and if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together, we're gonna polish up our act. Well, and if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, Don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. No. We're moving, grooving, moving, yeah. Grooving, moving. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move, I know.
Shattered, but I'm not broken. Wounded, but time will heal. Heavy the load, the cross I bear. Lonely the road I try, I dare. Shaken, but here I stand. Weary, still I press on. Long are the nights, the tears I cry. Dark are the days, no sun in the sky. Yes, yet still I rise, never to give up, never to give in against the odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise. Sometimes I'm troubled, but not in despair. Struggling, I make my way through. Trials, they come to make me strong. I must endure, I must hold on. Yet still I rise, never to give up, never to give in against the odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise above all my problems, above all my eyes can see. Knowing God is able to strengthen me, to strengthen me. Yet still I rise, never to give up, oh, never to give in
Tinasha Gray is on your radio. 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Tinasha Gray Show here on 106 Live Radio. We are doing a marathon, really, sharing the domestic violence stories and also a bit of breast cancer. We want to bring awareness in both areas this month. And we appreciate those of you who are joining in. Our team here at 106 Live Radio, we value you so much. We want to give you virtual hugs and give you shout out, letting you know how much we love and appreciate you. Thank you for those of you who've been faithfully assisting here. We declare God's blessings upon you. And as we continue with our discussion here with Miss Joanne McGruder, she has been really sharing about her journey with breast cancer. I want to welcome you back to the Tinasha Gray Show. Welcome back in. And we've been talking about you having to have therapy for breast cancer and also for MDS, which is a syndrome. It's one of those names called myelodysplasia. And that particular syndrome really affects the bone marrow. And so as you shared earlier, it's hard enough to go through that. And then to hear that you have breast cancer, it's another thing. But while you were there receiving treatment, you found that there's a lot of people dealing with that as well.
Yes.
It's aggressive. Yours were not aggressive in nature, but the disease cancer is aggressive if you don't get treatment early.
Yes, it is. And more when I was going through with my chemo and radiation, I found out that it was a lot of men, they're young and old. Like they put a specific on the age that you should start having mammograms and colonoscopy and stuff like that. But it's young people's out there.
Okay, there are lots of young people. You hear that?
Yes, lots of young people is out there with that disease.
And she said not just females, but they're also male who are receiving treatments. And that's my point earlier, that sometimes we think breast cancer, to be specific, may just be a female thing. But apparently, some guys are having some challenges in that area too.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we want you to be as comfortable as the ladies are, that if you feel any discomfort, you can at least talk about it. You can tell your doctor right away. And that's what Miss Joanne McGruder did. As soon as she started feeling pain, this, I guess, more of a lancing, throbbing pain in your chest.
Yes.
The pain was going underneath your arm, you said.
Yes.
You mentioned it to your primary care physician.
Yes.
And they followed up real quick. You got surgery within a couple of days?
Yes.
And now, how are you doing?
I'm doing well now. And I went through 12 years cancer free.
12 years cancer free. That we celebrate. We celebrate the goodness of the Lord. And here's you're going back yearly now to do your mammograms.
Yes. Started out every 6 months. And so for the last 2 years, it's been once a year.
Okay.
I just had it done in September.
Okay. So every September, that's on your calendar.
Yes.
And she's happy to do it because she understands the early detection really can help save you a lot of heartache and grief, having this cancer spread throughout your body. and just creating havoc. We know what cancer can do. Just understanding that every female should be tested, but also male, if you're experiencing any discomfort or any type of overgrowth or anything that looks abnormal, also check that out too. We want you to be safe. We want you to be well and healthy throughout the course of your life. Earlier, the better. Just talking about that, a lot of women have been diagnosed. They said that a woman is diagnosed with breast cancer every 3 minutes. Do you believe that?
Yes.
What knowledge do you have that causes you to believe that?
The statistic of it, that a lot of women is afraid to go get checked out if they found something going wrong. They don't want to go get it checked out. They want to wait. And sometimes when they wait too long. And when they do go, that it ain't too much that they can do.
That is a rude awakening right there. It's something a lot of people would say is unbelievable, but every 3 minutes a woman is being diagnosed with breast cancer. I believe what research studies have found, that early diagnosis can actually save your life.
Yes.
Doing self-examinations, it's also something that you can do.
Yes, it is.
Is that do you do self-examinations?
Yes, I used to did, but now I do.
Okay. And how often would you suggest?
I suggest at least 3 times a month you should examine your breast and see if there's anything going wrong with it. Was it don't feel right? If you got pain, you should get it checked out.
Mm-hmm. And they're saying women between 40 to 45 years old should be getting that check quite often. But what's the earliest age can you check?
I think you should do it at least when you're 30.
30.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, like we said, the earlier the better. So
Yes.
if you're 30 and you may feel the need to, or you think that you should, then absolutely don't deny yourself the right to have your mammograms and x-rays if needed. Take it to the max. There's no price that you can put on your life. So some of the things that you might experience might be breast pain, which is what you had.
Yes.
A lump in the breast.
I had breast pain. I didn't have a lump. The mammogram picked it up.
Mm-hmm. Some people have said that they've experienced nipple discharge, which is an abnormal thing if you're not breastfeeding.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Or the skin around your breast and nipples begins to become, I guess, thicker and harder. That's also a sign. Or if your breast suddenly changes in size and you're not on your cycle, then something again is abnormal in that area. Whatever it is, if it doesn't feel right, then don't hesitate. Do just like Miss Joanne McGruder. She went into her physician's office and said, I am experiencing pain in my breast. And now she is breast cancer free. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes, it's been a journey.
Yes, it has.
20 years?
It's been 12 years.
12 years.
Mm-hmm. 12
Okay.
years.
But 20 years with the MDS.
Yes.
And that you're still receiving therapy for.
Yes.
Okay. More like an infusion.
Mm-hmm.
How often? Once a week?
Once a week.
Okay. And as she continues, we just declare God's supernatural healing power would overshadow her life, that, she'll be just free, because I know it takes a lot to go to the doctor's office every week.
Yes, it do.
Yeah, it takes a lot. It's become what? Something on your calendar every week.
Every week, same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, you seem pretty content, that you're with your family, your loved ones, and you're enjoying life. And I think that's worthy of celebrating.
Yes, it is.
Each and every day. Well, we want to encourage you to stay locked in with us. When we come back, we're getting on another segment with Miss Laura Mosley. She's going to be sharing about her experience with domestic violence. We'll be right back. Keep it locked in with us.
Thank you, AJ.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
A social distancing tip.
Putting distance between yourself and others is critical to slowing the spread of coronavirus. So here are ways to stay in contact without the physical contact part. Call, send a text, set up a video conference, post on social media, dedicate a song on the radio. If you have symptoms of fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider before going to their office. For more info, visit coronavirus.gov.
Let's all do our part because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
My mother was very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign and she wasn't even really sure where she was at.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Your vote, your voice. Voting is your chance to stand up and give voice to the issues you care most about. It is an opportunity to hold elected officials accountable for how they use your tax dollars and the decisions they make that affect your community and generations to come. Remember, your vote is your voice.
This is a special announcement from 106 Live Radio and 106 Inspiration, encouraging you to cast your vote.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. And we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. Not just one time, but every chance we get. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids not only need to know the dangers and how to avoid them, they need to hear it often from you. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids and guide them through the challenges of growing up safe and healthy. Because when you talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
So talk, they hear you. You can do it if you try.
Is that a faucet running?
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink.
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
I didn't know the trees were so amazing.
Yep, and the forest gives us shade, trees to climb.
That's awesome. Let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. For a limited time only, we are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
1, 2, 3, 4. 50,000 watts of pure radio magic.
This discussion is made possible through the Source of Wellness Ministries,
a ministry designed to promote balance between soul, spirit, body connection. At Source of Wellness, we believe optimum wellness is achievable. We encourage you to experience the difference with connection to the source.
As wellness enthusiasts, our focus is to live a well-balanced life that pleases the Lord Jesus Christ. A well-balanced life gives you direction. It keeps you on the right path that ultimately leads you to the fulfillment of your divine calling.
Our mission at Source of Wellness Ministries is to facilitate comfort, coach through wellness education, and empower you to live well, move well, and be well.
To get more information and to learn more about our ministries, who we are, our beliefs, and mission, please visit us online at sourceofwellness.org. Please email us at info@sourceofwellness.org.
Our book series and written testimony are all available on Amazon.com. We pray that you are inspired to live a full and abundant life, to aspire to wholeness and your overall health and wellness.
Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. She'll be all over in the morning.
Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. She'll be all over in the morning.
There's a feel of nightfall when darkness comes and covers all the day.
Sometimes we feel pain, but there are things that we can change. Just pray.
Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring.
Don't you worry about it.
It'll be all over in the morning. Troubles come, but they did pass. Hey,
Brother John,
they don't last always.
sometimes we feel pain. There are things that we can change. Just pray.
Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring.
Don't you worry yourself about
It'll
it.
be all over in the morning. It'll be over in the morning. It'll be all over in the morning.
I can't find
It'll be over in the morning.
just Mama, when I feel like I ain't able, I call Jesus.
And he answered. Then I know.
When I feel like I ain't able, Lord, I call you. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you answer me. You see that I belong. You tell me that I belong. Can't nobody touch me. Can't nobody come within to me. Hey, you send your angel to keep a watch over me. You'll never in the presence of all.
They need to hear me to be in the morning. It'll be over in the morning.
Every day's a new day. Yesterday's
Lifting Atlanta through inspiration, education, and empowerment. It's the Tinasha Gray Radio Show. Experience the difference on 106liveradio.com.
Greetings and welcome back to Tinasha Gray Show here on 106 Live Radio. We have been talking about domestic violence, breast cancer, and just knowing that each person has a vital story which must be shared. That's what we're talking about today. And Laura Mosley has a story about being in an abusive relationship for just about 25 years. She says, name it, she experienced that type of abuse. And just knowing that she's a single mom with 3 children now, she's also proud to be a representative for federal government. In her spare time, she has a domestic violence survivor Facebook page, and she believes that she is called to assist others. The Walking Wounded is what she blogs about, and I believe that she has a message for us today. She's going to share this type of content with us, and we so appreciate her. Are you there, Laura?
I am. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you for joining me here on Tinasha Gray Show. I appreciate you coming in. Can we talk about what you've been experiencing?
Yes, I think it affects more people than want to admit to it, and I can certainly understand that. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it.
Okay. Now, how does this start for you? 25 years of abuse. How did this all get started?
Well, it starts like a lot of abuse victims start. It started off well. I met him where I worked part-time. I was 18 and he was 20, and we worked at a plant nursery in Memphis, Tennessee. And I found him charming and funny, and I was treated like a queen immediately. So it didn't start off bad. We dated for about 3 or 4 months, found out we were pregnant, and decided to get married. And by the time we were married, we were 19 and 21 and had a beautiful baby boy, and life seemed pretty good. It was a struggle financially, but that usually happens for people that young. So it was so much of a struggle that we ended up later on living with his mom and moving to Southern Indiana. And he didn't really become abusive until my first child was about 18 months old.
Okay,
So,
that's
I
when
mean, we'd have, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I said that's when you started seeing signs of domestic violence right there.
I did. And I mean, we'd have our little like minor arguments and disagreements because, when you're young, each party thinks they're right. So, we had those, but that wasn't until I told him I wasn't doing something or I didn't like something. I can't even remember what the argument was about, but he grabbed me by my chest and shoved me into a closet. And I had black and blue marks on my chest and my breast. And that was the first time I guess I got physical, because he almost turned into somebody I didn't know at that point. So it was over something minor, not even remembering what that is exactly, but that's when it first started. But like it would become intermittent. It wasn't an all the time thing at first.
Okay.
So.
Well, we want to talk about this. So when we come back, we're going to give you an opportunity to share a bit more, because I want to hear what the number one question people usually ask when you tell your story. We'll be right back. Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
106 R&B and throwbacks on 106 Live Radio. Atlanta's music leader.
Streaming live from Atlanta to a global audience on your favorite device. From Source of Wellness Media, we are 106inspiration.com.
The Tinasha Gray Radio Show on 106 Live Radio. Experience the difference.
Brothers and sisters, I want to welcome you back to life. Back to the one that can make your next chapter your best chapter. Hallelujah.
How can it be that you love the most unlovable part of me? How could you see your life was the only gift I'll ever need to be free? It's amazing with you. I win even if I lose. Everything's working for my good for always. He saved the day. He will come through. You all know that's not what superheroes do.
Hallelujah.
No greater love makes my heart beat. All I wanna do is make you proud of me.
That's why
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Let's go.
How can it be? Every one of my secrets that you keep.
You cover me.
You cover me.
I appreciate it.
A mystery.
It's amazing how
your patience with me, God will never leave.
You don't give up on me.
So heavily.
Help me.
Help me to see like you.
Like you.
No matter what I go through.
Hey.
Everything's working for my good for always.
Let me tell you what he does.
He saves the day.
And he will.
He will come through.
Hallelujah.
You all know that's not what superheroes do.
Not real superheroes.
No greater love.
Love like this
makes my heart beat.
And I promise you,
all I wanna do is make you proud of me.
That's why
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Yes.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
I searched all over.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
You.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
That's right.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Yes. And the church sang, come on. Jesus loving you
will be the death of me.
It sounds crazy, don't it? Hey.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Let me tell you what it means.
More and less of me.
That's why.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Father.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
I really mean it this time.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Jesus.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Let me tell you what it does.
He saves the day.
Come on.
He will come through.
He will let you down, but
you all know that's not what superheroes do.
See, I will never find
no greater love.
A love like this
makes my heart beat.
Forever and the day.
All I wanna do is make you proud.
Let me say it again.
He saves the day. He will come through.
It feels so good.
You all know that's not what superheroes do.
Yes.
No greater love.
Hallelujah.
Makes my heart beat.
For the rest of my life.
All I wanna do is make you proud of me.
Everybody sing.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
You're the Savior.
I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but you.
Yes.
I don't wanna love nobody but you.
It's the Tinasha Gray Radio Show, brought to you by Source of Wellness Ministries, counseling and wellness education. Live well, move well, and be well.
Yesterday had me knocked to the ground, had me down for the count, my faith 1,000,000 miles away. And I dropped out of sight, this overcomer lost her will to fight. I know it's been a while since anybody's seen me smiling. Shame at me thinking it was game over. Thought my best days were gone, yeah. Turns out that I was wrong, 'cause this is my comeback song, yeah. and by the grace of God, I'm still here. Hope is rising, waking up my soul. I'm still here. All my broken turning beautiful. 'Cause I feel my heart beating and my lungs breathing. Yes, my God's not done with me yet. I'm still here. All my yesterdays are gone, and the best is yet to come. Now I see there's a reason I survived. There's a story still to write. His grace is working everything for my good in a way that only He could. I know it's been a while since anybody's seen me smiling. Shame had me thinking it was game over. Thought my best days were gone, yeah. Turns out that I was wrong, 'cause this is my comeback song. I'm still here. Hope is rising, waking up my soul. I'm still here. All my broken turning beautiful. 'Cause I feel my heart beating and my lungs breathing. Yes, my God's not done with me yet. I'm still here. All my yesterdays are gone, and the best is yet to come. He lifted me out of the pit. All glory to God, I will sing it again. He lifted me up out of the pit. All glory to God, and the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I'm still here. Hope is rising, waking up my soul. Waking up my soul. All my broken turning beautiful. My heart beating and my lungs breathing. Yes, my God's not done with me yet. 'Cause I'm still here. All my yesterdays are gone, and the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come.
I've been in situations where I thought I wouldn't make it, but I got out unscathed. Yeah. Well, the street dream that I was chasing could have just as easily taken me up out of here, but I survived. Yeah. So today I testify. I'm so glad to be alive. It's no goodness of my own. It's no goodness of my own. Just a lot of prayer. Being burned. Oh, nothing but God. Oh, no other explanation. His love is the greatest of them all. And if you know, you stop procrastinating. You stop procrastinating. Give him a try. I've had health issues, and to get through, I had to get down on bending knees. Yeah. Well, the pain was so severe, I began to fear it would never go away, but it did. Oh, so today I testify. Oh, I'm so glad to be alive. It's no goodness. It's no goodness of my own. Just a lot of prayer. Being heard of that. Oh, and it's nothing you do. Explanation is love. The greatest of them all. And if you know, give him a try. Listen. It's been better to me. To myself. So I had to tell you how he keeps on blessing me. Over and over. 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 Yeah, you know it's not God. No other explanation. No other explanation. It's the greatest of them all. If you don't like stop procrastinating. Give him a try. Give him a try. Oh, try him. Explanation. Do it today. It's the greatest of them all. If you don't like it, you stop procrastinating. Give him a try. Ooh, what you waiting for? You tried everything else. Now give him a try. Yeah. Oh yeah. Give him a try.
Tinasha Gray is on your radio. 106liveradio.com, where excitement meets diversity 24/7.
Greetings and welcome back to Tinasha Gray Show here on 106 Live Radio. What we've been doing, we've been having fun. We know that God has truly spared the lives of many, and we do not take it for granted. I'm your host, Tinasha Gray, and I'm excited to talk with Laura Mosley now because we find that there's a lot of people who've been abused and they may not get out of it until later in their life. And Laura has spent a lot of years in and out of abusive circumstances here. And we do want to talk to her about the things that she's been through. I want to encourage you guys, this month we are doing a whole lot with domestic violence. I want to encourage you to download the free 106 Live Radio app, available in all app stores, and listen every day. We are here Monday through Friday from 10 to 2. The Tinasha Gray Show is committed to bringing you wellness-focused content with a backdrop of inspiration. Keeping you lifted is what we do here on the Tinasha Gray Show. Laura Mosley, welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to hear the response to the question. Before we took our break, you were just talking about you spent 25 years in an abusive relationship. And now you are walking this path where you're living your best life because you're pouring into others. And the name of your blogs that you've been posting, it's domestic violence related, but it's walking wound, the walking wounded. And I appreciate you coming in here. You are a photographer, you do public speaking. What else? I know you enjoy reading. What else do you do?
I enjoy going on walks and spending time with my family and my pets and going to concerts, just things like that, things I didn't get to enjoy.
Wow. So sometimes we take those simple things for granted, that you can just pick up and go take a walk or sit back and read in peace. And what's that number one question that people often ask you when you share about this domestic violence story?
Probably is, why did you stay? I think a lot of victims and survivors get that question. Why did you stay? And probably also, what did you do to deserve that? So
How do you answer the
I think
first
those
one?
are really loaded.
Why did you stay? Why did you stay? Let's go with that one first.
Well, even though I got married at 19, I have parents that are still married. So I take marriage and family very seriously. So I think that, and there's always hope. The abuser always says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. This will never happen again." And you really hope that that's true, or that they're going to change. And sometimes it takes you a while, but you don't figure that out.
Okay.
Or
And
you would
go ahead.
Or you would hope that they would change and want to keep their family together and not be so dramatic and upset all the time. But unfortunately, that's not how they operate.
Okay. Did you love this man?
I did. He was my first love. And it's always so horribly painful when somebody that claims to love you so much ends up hurting you in more ways than one. And plus, I think victims become familiar with that. They get scared of what else is out there, because even though this is undesirable and kind of scary, they already kind of know what to expect with the abusive situation.
What's in his past that caused him to act out this way?
From what I understand, his father was very abusive to his mother, but he was the youngest, and she divorced his dad when he was like 5. But apparently, I guess he saw enough of it to think that that's how he's supposed to act. I'm not really sure.
Okay. Well, the next question that you usually get is,
what did I do to deserve this? I don't think anybody deserves to be bullied. I was raised that nobody is better or worse than anyone else, and that you work things out. And that's probably another reason I stayed. But that I can't, everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's blameless. I know my faults in the relationship, but I didn't do anything to deserve that. Nobody deserves to be treated like that.
Perfect answer. Why would we think that we're, deserving of a beating from someone? If that was the case, we'll all be beating each other every day, all the time.
Exactly.
I think we owe each other love. That's what we owe each other, to love.
Absolutely.
And some people have a challenge of loving people, and that's true. Now, do you now know that he did not love you?
What I know is I don't think he knew how to love anybody. I don't think he had the empathy that a regular human being has. And I don't know if he's had other abuse in his life. I'm not really sure. It's sad. I hope the best for him, and I hope he figures that out. But I thought, and how he dealt with our children, he used them as pawns, not so much as children that he loved and, wanted the best for. So I don't think he has the ability to love at all. So.
Okay. Well, I believe that you're grasping the concept of accepting the things that has happened in the past and moving forward into a brighter future. What are some things that you do to help generate your healing, your overall healing?
Well, I did see a therapist for a little while, but I discontinued that. Great therapist, but he was a man, and I really wasn't comfortable about telling a man something that another man did to me. So he encouraged me to, that I like to write, so I should write. So I started my blog, and I started sharing on Facebook, my DV Walking Wounded Facebook page, and reading, I have to do a lot of self-care, and, that's not as selfish as I once thought that was, taking care of myself, because I can't take care of anyone else before I take care of myself.
Sure. How are you doing now?
I have my good days and my bad days. I still have quite a bit of anxiety. I suffer from a partial hearing loss, so that kind of cuts into my day sometimes, and that was because of some of the beatings that I've gotten that turned into a partial hearing loss and a mild traumatic brain injury. So I struggle from day to day, but I know that I'm struggling and not in fear of my life or my children's life. So
Sure. And we are truly, truly sorry for the pain that you've gone through. But I'm happy that you're able to share your story and to encourage others. I believe the fact that you're doing a lot of things in terms of advocating for others, that really helps to bring healing to areas in your life, because sometimes you uncover more things, and it's therapeutic what you're doing.
yes, it really is. And, I don't want anybody to ever have to go through any of that. Nobody deserves that. And we deserve a world full of love, not a bunch of violence and dealing with other people's issues.
Yes, and
through
that is the
violence.
case for every relationship, male or female, boy, girl, the elderly, whoever you are. You should not be abused by anyone else or mastered or dominated in any way. We need to continue to love. And that's what we're bringing awareness to this month. Thank you so much, Laura Mosley, for spending time sharing your story on 106 Live Radio.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate what you're doing.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Broadcasting live from Atlanta while serving the entire globe. It's the fastest growing radio on the web. It's 106liveradio.com.
Let us remember that we are the United States of America. We are one race. That is the human race. Hate will not win. As we came together in 2011, let us be reminded that we are greater, stronger, and mightier together. Let us unite and fight terrorism, hatred, and discrimination. United we stand, divided we fall.
This message has been brought to you by C. Harper Services Enterprise.
From every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty.
I'll rise up, rise like the day, I'll rise up in spite of the air.
Some statistics are surprising, some are unbelievable, and some are simply unacceptable. Right now, nearly 30% of U.S. students aren't finishing high school. Nearly 30%. And that's the average. In many places, it's even higher than that. And fixing it is a responsibility that we all share. This is President Obama, and I urge everyone, not just parents, but friends and neighbors and family members, to take responsibility for encouraging the high school students in your communities, to support them, challenge them, push them a little, and do whatever it takes to help them make it through. Because this is one statistic we simply can't afford to ignore.
You can do your part by going to boostup.org and sending an email, a text message, or even a wake-up call to a student at risk of dropping out. Go to boostup.org and provide the boost that's needed to make it to graduation. A message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Your vote, your voice. Voting is your chance to stand up and give voice to the issues you care most about. It is an opportunity to hold elected officials accountable for how they use your tax dollars and the decisions they make that affect your community and generations to come. Remember, your vote is your voice.
This is a special announcement from 106 Live Radio and 106 Inspiration, encouraging you to cast your vote.
Are you thinking of changing your marketing strategy? 106 Live Radio is the solution you need to promote your goods and services. For a limited time only, we are offering special advertising rates on our fast-growing radio network. We can also help you create an audio commercial or a website banner that fits your business needs. It is just that simple. Visit our website at 106liveradio.com for details.
Bringing you the best shows and music 24/7 on your favorite radio. It's 106liveradio.com.
This discussion is made possible through the Source of Wellness Ministries,
a ministry designed to promote balance between soul, spirit, body connection. At Source of Wellness, we believe optimum wellness is achievable. We encourage you to experience the difference with connection to the source.
As wellness enthusiasts, our focus is to live a well-balanced life that pleases the Lord Jesus Christ. A well-balanced life gives you direction. It keeps you on the right path that ultimately leads you to the fulfillment of your divine calling.
Our mission at Source of Wellness Ministries is to facilitate comfort, coach through wellness education, and empower you to live well, move well, and be well.
To get more information and to learn more about our ministries, who we are, our beliefs, and mission, please visit us online at sourceofwellness.org. Please email us at info@sourceofwellness.org.
Our book series and written testimony are all available on Amazon.com. We pray that you are inspired to live a full and abundant life, to aspire to wholeness and your overall health and wellness.
This is the anthem with Travis Green. Let's go. This song goes out to the God who gave his life so we can live again. It's really easy. Join in. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah. You have won the victory. We're grateful, God. Sing hallelujah, hallelujah. You won it all for me. You have won it all for me. Y'all ready? Let's go. Woo! For you are the reason. Hey, and you're seated in majesty. You alone, you are the reason, King. All right, lift it up, y'all. Sing hallelujah. Hey, for you have won. Woo. We're grateful. We celebrate the resurrected Savior. Hallelujah. Hey, for you have won it all for